How's everyone doing? Prodigal programmer here. Oh, this hat. It's pretty cold in my house and there's a cost of living crisis in London, if you didn't know already. So I'm trying to save this electricity. You know how we do, old school baby. I had to re-record this intro, so you'll see that the lighting is different because I actually recorded the bulk of the video in the daytime. Recording this now at night because I think I recorded this in the wrong frames per second. Made the video look real janky and weird. So here we go, second time round. I've created quite a lot of content for you guys. It can be a bit convoluted, so I'm going to try and cut it down so they're nice bite-sized chunks for everyone to understand and digest. You know, the best way to eat an elephant is to cut it up into the smallest chunks you can, eat and, slowly just chomp away. Where did I get that saying from? Where did I learn that from? School somewhere. It's true though, makes sense. Anyway, on to the video. I know that the last time we were recording for the Road to Code series. Road to Code! That was a bit weird, sorry. When we recorded the last episode of Road to Code, we were just putting stuff on the page, putting stuff on the landing page. The only thing we managed to put on was the logo, but yeah, we're gonna put a few more things on today, so stay tuned and try and enjoy this video. Like and subscribe if you found anything useful in it, something you didn't know before, probably not, but yeah, we move. On to the video. Okay, so here we are folks. Let's get straight into this. I've got my style sheet open at the moment with, I think, an example from the last video where I was showing you how to use classes. Okay guys, so let's get straight into our browser. We're going to type in live server here. Why can I never spell? Live server. Bring up that lovely landing page that we've made. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Let's get straight into how we're going to change this. I'm going to open up, I hate when I do this, which is basically not bringing up the website already. Okay, so I've brought up the website as well so we can compare. It looks like the logo is the same size, so we don't need to alter that. What we should be doing is adding the rest of this here. So to do that, we need to add all of this to our index.html file. What's that? How do you add that? I think that's one of those. That's going to be tough to add. Okay. I see when you hover it's underlined, so that's something. We can see that we need to add a basket, open an account, login, and personal investors. So let's do that now. Below the image code, I guess, we will put an unordered list. UL. U unordered, L list. So go tab, let's open it up a bit, and in the list, in the LI, oh look, okay, so let me show you something. When you need to make multiples of one element, you can say LI times, and that's still a symbol for times, 4, enter. You got 4 LIs. How cool is that? So first one was, I forgot already, basket. So in here you say basket. You know what? We're gonna give this UL a class of nav list. No, nav list? Header list. I'll say header list. So class, full stop, header, list. You see I've put the L in capitals because that distinguishes it as a new word. A lot of the time in code you have to type lots of words without spaces. So to distinguish those words, it's always best to capitalize each new word. so you can see the difference. It's called camel case. If I press tab now, oops. Right, just realized I didn't put the equals header list. So that's now a class. Everything I change in my style sheet called header list, let me do that now. So color red, for example, they should all be red. Here we go. Very ugly list with bullet points, but we will get into that, how to change that. So first, let's find out what color this is. Inspect. Oh, you know, actually a way we can do this. I got a better way, just to be absolutely sure. This is an eyedropper tool, Colorzilla. That's an extension, a Google Chrome extension. So if you want to find the color to anything on a website, just choose the color picker. Nope, sorry. Just choose pick color from page, and you'll be able to move the point around until you find exactly what you're looking for. In this case, we want this color. 303030. So into our code, we actually want the color to be paste. Save that. And cool. Now this color is almost black, but not exactly. Just like this. Almost black, but not exactly. Oh, but then we've got this color, which is, I don't know. This color. So let's go back. And what we're going to do, another smart thing, is we can say header list, there we go, tab, just to bring it up. And then we can do a colon and say last child. So what this means is, let me just get my braces up there. What this means is this UL, which is called, has a class of header list, has 4 children. Children are the elements that are below it. This is header list children. And I want to select the last child in the selection. So if I go there now and paste that, oops, let me just put a color. Right, and then a semicolon, don't forget the semicolon. Save that. And now if I change to here, oops. Oh, I'm learning a lot today, aren't I? Last child, that should have worked. Why didn't it work? It didn't work because the code is wrong. Hi guys, Prodigal Programmer here. Interjecting this time because I couldn't find the solution to this little problem. I'm showing you now. Just look up on the screen and you'll see the little piece I was missing. It was actually selecting the LI. That's how the code works. So, for example, I have the class and I've just selected last child after that, which doesn't make sense. If I've selected the class and then put last child at the end, how does VS Code know what to select? There's 2 different items that this header list class has been assigned to. So I have to make that explicit. I have to tell VS Code that I want the LI and I want the last child of the LI to change. Not the last child of the UL, or as I've put nothing. I literally need to put LI colon last child, and that would have fixed it. But yeah, instead I spent about 4 minutes trying to figure out the solution, couldn't find the solution, and found an alternative solution that I'll leave later on in this video. So now you have 2 ways to solve this. Thanks guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep enjoying the video. And I'll catch you later. Okay, I can't seem to find a way to fix this. I could look on, Stack Overflow or something to quickly help me, which is a good example actually. It's a good example of showing where you can get stuck, and if you just don't know what you're doing, basically. There's so many questions, and then professionals or people that are at least a bit more skilled than I am to answer those questions and just give a simple explanation for how to solve the problem. I actually have a way to solve this, I think. So if instead of this code, I just give this a class as well. Actually, I can give this an ID. I'll introduce an ID. An ID is something that only one element should have. So you wouldn't give an ID to 5 different elements, because you don't want to reference. You want to reference one ID with just one element. So here I'm just going to say last header list. I know this is the long way to do it, but I can't find, I don't want to take up too much time. Okay, so here I'll introduce you to an ID element or attribute. Let's call it ID. It should have if I press tab now, it should have ID equals and then the speech marks. Perfect. And I'm going to call this one last header item. Can you see, by the way, guys, how easy that is to read? Instead of just, all lowercase, it'd be much harder. Okay, so I've made that ID. If I go to my style sheet now, all I have to do instead of all this is it's hashtag, which is how to reference an ID. And we'll go to, what was it? Last header item. And okay, so you can see this color is red for ID, and this is green for class. That should have worked. Let's find out. Yeah, cool. So what I did instead, I just referenced this last list item, that's what LI stands for, as an ID, instead of do this nth of type stuff. I'll figure that out later in life. Cool. Now let's get rid of these bullet points. And if I remember correctly, we do that by referencing ULs, because we don't want any unordered lists or any list to have bullet points. So let's reference that. So this will reference all ULs now in my code, no matter what they are. And we're going to say list style none. Right, so if I save that now, all those bullet points are gone. Cool. What I also want to do is line them up so they're in a row instead of in a column like this. So we'll do that by changing, what are we going to do? We're going to do a flex box type of code. Oh, by the way to learn Flexbox, it's really simple. I learned it off a game called Flexbox Froggy. I'll reference that in the link below. You'll see a picture come online. But that basically helped me a lot with how to use Flex. Let's do it like this. Display Flex. There we go. Let's see what that does. Cool. Changed it straight away. Lovely. It's all really close together. We'll change that in a bit. But we also want the ULs to have, you know what, I can probably put this in here because I don't want every single UL to have this. So let me cut that and paste it in here. Actually, you know, another little shortcut is you can take a line. You see that the whole line is highlighted. You can hold Alt and just press down and you can move it any way you want. If you want to copy a line, you can press Shift and Alt, or hold Shift and Alt and then press down and make as many as you want. And then obviously Command Z or Control Z to undo those. Cool, so let's see what that does. Same thing. So I've just moved flexed into header list, which will only reference this UL class. So it won't affect every single unordered list. Okay, so now let's go for, we have to capitalize, not capitalize, sorry. We have to uppercase all of this. So you can see at the moment, it's all a mess. There's lowercase, capitalize, uppercase, it's all over the place. To change this, we're gonna say text transform uppercase. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. A bit too big, so let's actually find out how big this is. Let's inspect again. Inspect some more. Font size 10 pixels, and there's some padding around it and all this stuff. Look, they use the same thing as us. Text transform uppercase. So you see, I mean, if we wanted to learn all of this, we could just look at this, but that's it's a bit boring, isn't it? You don't just want to copy or clone a website like this. And we'll need to know universe basic regular. What the hell is that? Do I even have that? We might just have to find something close to that. It's probably going to be sans serif. Let's try. Text or font. I think it is. Font style. Font family. Let's go for just sans serif. Let's see what that looks like. It's okay. It's a bit bold. We can change that. Okay, say font weight, and we'll change it to 100. See what that does. Yeah, nice and thin. Cool. And then we'll change the font size to 10 pixels. But you know what I want to use actually? I want to use EM because I feel like, no, I'm going to use pixels for now, which is a form of size, I guess. Nice and small. It's very small, but that's how they want it. Hey guys, I'm interjecting here. I think good old Prodigal program has been working a bit too hard. So we're going to take a short interim break and come back in the next video. Stay tuned. We're still going. We're still working hard. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.